Have you been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but the second you turn on the camera, you just freeze up? If you're over 40, this video is going to hit differently for you. It's not just about being nervous, it's about overthinking. It's about worrying what people at work might think, your family is going to say, some old classmates that come across your video, and what's stranger is how they may judge you, right? But I'm going to say, on top of all that, you're probably picking apart yourself. And you're gonna hate and critique your voice, your face, your age, your background, your lighting, and everything else that your brain decides to attack that day. So if you've been looking for camera shy tips that actually help in real life, not just some fake motivational fluff, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to give you 5 camera shy tips that actually work after 40, especially if you want to start a YouTube channel, but you just keep holding yourself back. My name is Mike, and I used to be camera shy, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're over 40 and you want to grow or start your YouTube channel. And the reason I want to make this video is because I was camera shy after 40, and I know it's a real thing. The fear is different when you're older. You've built a life, okay? You've built a reputation up. You are more aware of yourself now. And sometimes it makes it harder to hit the record button and be seen because you're putting yourself out there. But here's the good news. You don't have to do this. You don't have to become an influencer, right? You don't need to become super polished on your videos. You do not need some magically to turn in some loud, confident internet guru person overnight. You just need to be comfortable enough to start your channel. So tip number 1 is stop trying to look confident and start trying to sound helpful to somebody. This is where a lot of people mess up when they start a YouTube channel over 40, right? They think, I need to look a certain way, I need to act a certain way, I need to bring some huge personality to the camera, and you do not need to do that. You don't. Most people watching YouTube, they're not out there looking for perfection or to pick you apart, right? They're looking for something useful. They are looking for relatability, right? They're looking for someone who sounds like a real human being that they can talk to like a friend, right? So instead of asking yourself, do I look confident on camera? Ask yourself this, am I helping somebody right now? That one shift is changing everything. Because when the focus is on you, you get nervous. When the focus is on helping somebody else, right, you're going to calm down. You're going to stop performing and you're going to start talking. That's why one of the best camera shy tips is this, is talk to your camera like you're explaining something to one person who generally needs your help. You're talking to a friend on FaceTime. It's not an audience. It's not the internet. It's not the whole world out there, right? It's that one person that you're trying to help. That's it. Because the truth is, if you want to start a YouTube channel, your first goal is not to impress people. That's not what you're here to do. Your first goal is to connect with the right people. A connection beats perfection every single time. All right, tip number 2 is I want you to use bullet points, not a script. And this one matters a lot if you're camera shy. And here's why I say that. A lot of people think that scripting every single word will make them feel more comfortable on camera, but usually it doesn't do that. It's the opposite. It makes you kind of stiff. It makes you sound robotic. And then when you mess up, like one sentence, you think to yourself, you feel like, oh my God, I ruined this whole video and I gotta start that script over again. And I don't want you to do that to yourself. What works better is having a few bullet points in front of you. So you got like a piece of paper here and it's gonna kind of tell you what to follow, a guide, but you're gonna sound like yourself because you're gonna cover these topics. So that's one of the smartest camera shy tips because it takes that pressure off you without making you feel like trapped. So for example, if your video is about how to start a YouTube channel, your bullet points may say something like this, right? Why you're starting, what holds people back, the first step to begin, what they need to stop overthinking, and maybe a simple challenge at the end, right? That's all you need. Something that kind of walks you through what you're going to talk about. Now you can just speak naturally and you don't have to worry about anything. Just cover those bullet points, right? And honestly, when you start a YouTube channel over 40, natural is going to be your advantage. You don't need to act like a younger person. You don't need to copy these creators who are bouncing off the walls like with 10 jump cuts every second. You just need to be like clear, calm, and real. That's it. Tip number 3 is lower the stakes on purpose. Now this is a big one. Part of the reason you feel camera shy is because you're treating every single video like it has to change your life. And that's not true. Like this one video needs to be perfect, right? This one video needs to blow up. This one video needs to prove you can do it. That is too much pressure that you're going to put on yourself. So instead, I want you to lower the stakes. Tell yourself, this is not my forever video. I'm not making a masterpiece. This is just practice. It's just me learning how to be on the camera, and this is going to be one step closer to me making my videos, right? That mindset will help more than you actually realize Because when the pressure drops and your personality comes out, your voice gets better, your face relaxes, you stop sounding like you're being held hostage by your own iPhone. And yes, I said it like that because some of you all hit that record button like you're being forced to confess to a crime. You don't need that kind of energy. You just need the reps. If you want to start a YouTube channel, then start messy. Start awkward. Start with a little bit of cringe. It's okay. It's perfectly normal. Get over it. Nobody gets comfortable by waiting on the sidelines. They get comfortable by doing this over and over again. And then it stops feeling scary. Every time you make a video, it's better. That's why one of the best camera shy tips is to make a few videos that are never meant to be perfect. They're just meant to help you get used to hearing your voice on camera and seeing yourself on the screen. That's how confidence is built. It's not by thinking about it, it's by actually doing it. Tip number 4 is stop watching yourself like a critic, okay? This one's brutal because most people are they're shy anyways, they're gonna be hard on themselves. You record a video, then you watch it back looking for everything that you did wrong. Oh, I hate my voice. I hate the way I look. You're going to say, I hate the way my mouth moved like that on that one word. You hate your posture, which mine's horrible. You hate that weird pause. That's why I'm going to edit my videos. You hate the background. I think it's beautiful. You hate that one piece of hair, which I don't have. That's out of place. By the end of it, you're convinced yourself, I'm not going to post that or anything ever again. There is no way I'm posting that. And this is not, okay, I'm going to say that's not content strategy. That's self-sabotage with your little Wi-Fi, okay? That's what it is. Instead, when you watch your video back, I want you to ask 2 questions. Was I clear on the topic? And was it helpful to the person? That's it. Not, did I do amazing? Did I look amazing? Do I look like a 22-year-old influencer? Did I sound like a TED Talk speaker with perfect lighting and Botox confidence? No, okay? Just, was I clear? Was I helpful? That's it. Because if the answer is yes, then your video did its job. This is especially important if you're starting a YouTube channel over 40, because one of the biggest strengths in your experience, right? Your wisdom, your perspective, your ability to talk about some real life experience. It's just not theory. This is stuff that you've gone through, right? That's what matters. People are tired of being fake. They're tired of this polished nonsense that's going on. They want something substance. Honesty, they want somebody who feels believable. So stop grading yourself on appearance and start grading yourself on the value that you bring to the table. That will change the game for you. Tip number 5, make your first videos about something you already know, right? Some people self-sabotage because they think they got to pick some perfect niche or some groundbreaking topic, right? You don't need to do that. The easiest way to be on camera is to talk about something you already know, already think about, you already have an opinion on, you're already passionate about. That's why I always say, if you want to start a YouTube channel, don't start with what sounds impressive. Start with what feels easy for you to talk about. I've been on YouTube for many years, making many videos in different realms on there. That's what I like. Because when you know the topic, you start to relax a little bit. You stop searching for the words, right? You stop doubting yourself as much. You stop trying to sound smart. You just talk from your experience. And that's what makes good content. If you've been nervous about starting, think about questions people already ask you in real life. What do people come to you for? What do your friends or family come and ask you? What experience do you have? What problems have you solved? What have you learned the hard way that you can share with other people, right? That is what content is. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It could be something you're just passionate about and you want to share. So one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're trying to start a YouTube channel over 40 is assuming they're behind, like they're too old to do it. They missed their chance. And like the platform's too crowded. Young creators, that's what it's all about. And that's not further from the truth. I want you to understand that. There's room for you. There's room for your voice, your experience. So let me quickly recap these 5 camera shy tips that actually work after 40, right? The number 1, stop trying to look confident and start trying to sound helpful. Number 2 is use bullet points instead of scripting every single word. Number 3, lower the stakes and let your early videos be the practice that you need. Number 4, stop watching yourself like a critic and start asking whether you were clear and helpful to somebody. And number 5, make your first videos about something that you already know so you can relax and speak naturally to your audience, to that one person. If you've been waiting to feel fully confident before you start, that day may never come. And confidence usually shows up after action, not before it. So get off the sideline and make that video. If you're telling yourself you want to start a YouTube channel, but your camera fear just keeps getting in the way, let this be the sign to stop overthinking and just begin.